So I tried trading futures and it is nothing like I expected. I came from trading stocks and I figured that it would pretty much feel similar, just a different market. But once I actually started trading it, it was a completely different experience. Not in a bad way, just different in the ways in which I actually trade. After trading both, it was a suggestion from someone on YouTube that I saw in the comments. But after trading both, I feel like it is a much better fit for me. After trading both, I started noticing certain differences that made futures feel like a better fit for me. So I just want to walk you through a few of those. So the first difference is like the trading hours. With the stocks, I'm pretty much used to set hours, market open at 9:30, market close at 4 hours or at 4 o'clock, and then you got pre-market and after hours. With stocks, it's pretty much clear. You got your market open and your market close. But with futures, it's always open, it's always there. And I was kind of thinking it was a good thing having more opportunity, but what it made me realize, kind of like when I used to trade pre-market in the stock market, having all of that opportunity and all of that volatility, it made it easier for me to be able to overtrade, especially if I'm not careful and using like hard locks and blocks with my trading. So similar into the stock market, I definitely had to be really intentional about the times at which I sit down to trade. The second difference I would say is how everything moves super quick. Like with futures, like your P&L moves up pretty quick, especially with like the ticks, the different changes. It felt like a lot faster, and like the way it moves and how fast it moves, it kind of makes you react a little bit different in the trades. With stocks, I felt like I had more time to think and to set up my trades. With futures, I had to get a lot more disciplined with my decisions. Number three, simplicity. That's one thing that really surprised me, was how simple futures is versus trading the stock market. It just felt way simpler. In the mornings when I'm trading, I'm not sitting down looking at a scanner, scanning the entire market for potential runners or like super volatile stocks on the day. I'm not looking at a lot of different tickers. You're focused on one market. And I really like that because it removed a lot of noise when it comes to planning out my trades. I can say it really did help me focus on execution, because by just trading, the ES or trading the NASDAQ, it made things easier to focus, where I can just focus on my execution because I wasn't constantly scanning for new tickers. It made it easier to just focus on execution instead of constantly looking for something new. Number four, I would say position sizing was a big difference. With stocks, you can adjust your position sizing however you want, but with futures, it's pretty much set. It's more fixed. It felt a little bit different than what I was used to, but it actually is forcing me to be a bit more consistent and more calculated with my risk. And I'm still getting used to it. I've been using Lucid and I've been using Tradovate as a platform, and so they have a lot of different ways where you can like set your risk. So I'm still getting adjusted to it because it hasn't been very long, but I do like it how it's more fixed and it helps me be a bit more consistent. And honestly, if I had to put it all together, I'm not saying that stocks is better than futures or futures are better than stocks, but for me right now, it just kind of fits me a little bit better. For me, futures it gives me a bit more structure. For me, futures force more structure and more focus, and that's what I needed. And with that kind of structure, some people might hate it and they might do better with stocks. It's not a one size fit all kind of approach with the market, but I think a lot of people that trade stocks, they may not even think about futures as an option. Or, there's the folks that think just by switching markets is going to fix some of those psychological or discipline problems. So yeah, right now, like I said, I've been trading stocks for the last 6-7 years. Just recently, I just kind of dipped my toe into futures. I tried a couple evals with Lucid, and so far I'm really liking it. So I'm curious, do you trade futures? Have you ever looked at trading anything other than stocks, or vice versa? Do you trade futures, and have you ever thought about trading stocks or options? Kind of curious to see. And do you feel like the market that you're trading right now, does it fit you? Or are you trading futures and you're just trying to make that work? Or you're just trading stocks and you've been doing that and you just want to make that work? So I will continue to kind of document and journal some of my futures progress and what I'm learning and how it's working for me. I appreciate you watching. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and good luck with your trading, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, peace.